Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of WrestleMatt Presents Reviews. I'm your host, Matthew Oakley, and today I'll be reviewing the Impact Wrestling episode that aired earlier today. Before I give you this week's wrestling review for Impact Wrestling, I figured I should introduce myself. Like I said, I'm Matthew Oakley. I'm currently a media communication student at Full Sail University. I've been watching wrestling for over 10 years. I'm planning to expand this to that point that I have own workspace instead of using my bedroom to film it, as you can see. And when expanded, hopefully I could actually have like nice backdrops and everything. This show is probably gonna be very similar to the Bring It to the Table, like the ESPN segments, pretty much. But this normally will happen during pay-per-views events. That's like, and if you watch the Great Ball of Fire, it should be on like an hour after Great Ball of Fire. It won't be live. But this is probably going to be going on. Well, if it does good, it'll be coming on after Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and the Lucha Underground Ring of Honor. But I may have to combine Lucha Underground Ring of Honor because they air on TV at the same time. We'll get back to you with the Impact reviews. This week's edition of Impact Wrestling started out very good when Alberto El Patron came out with his brother and father doing a nice babyface commercial saying that Lashley was the toughest opponent that he faced. Until Lashley interrupted him saying he cashed in his rematch clause later on tonight. The first match that was on today was Sanjay Dutt versus Club Conley. It was a solid match, but the part that impressed me probably was when Trevor Lee did a nice heel promo saying, "This is how you could lose champion," that's like that. Then there was a boring six-man tag match, which I actually almost fell asleep on. I saw this at the Impact Zone on Monday, so I can literally tape the video right now. Then the next match was Matt Saddle versus Braxton Sutter. Matt Saddle won the match in an okay match, but Braxton Sutter and Ali showed time like to turn heel soon. It's almost time to turn heel. Then JB came out afterwards and announced the Super X Cup. For those of you that don't know what Super X Cup was, it is a 8-man tournament normally. Then the winner of the tournament is the number one contender for the X Division champion. I think TNA or Impact is doing this right now just so they could get more viewerships. They did very good when they had pushed the X Division when Jeff Jarrett first started Impact. So the first round match that they actually had tonight was Desmond Xavier versus Iris Abraham. And Desmond Xavier looks very impressive in this match. Honestly, I don't know who to pick to win this whole tournament because they're all newcomers to me. If Trevor Lee was in the tournament, I'll pick Trevor Lee to win. Then the Global Force Wrestling and the Knockouts champion Sienna beat Rebel in a boring match. And Tashi and Drago teamed up and beat Davey Richard and Sammy Gardner. Well, this is probably one of my favorite parts of the Impact Wrestling tonight. Probably the best knockout in Impact ever. Said that she's retiring at the end of the year. She believes she has one more good push in her, and she wants to retire on top. We have another, the Super X Cup match, tournament match, and it was ACH versus Andrew Everett. I'm actually pretty impressed when I saw Andrew Everett early on in the year. So I'm actually I wanted Andrew Everett win, but fortunately ACH beat him. So he did not win, obviously, because of that. And this is the main event time. Alberto Del Rio actually did beat, or Alberto El Patron, not Del Rio. He's not in WWE anymore. Beat Lashley. But LAX actually interfered with the match, so and introduced Alberto as the newest member, which I think is kind of stupid. You'll see why in the next week episode of Impact. But it was actually an okay episode. The problem with Impact Wrestling is actually it's better if you see it live at the audience. If you actually go to the Impact Center in our Universal Studio Orlando, it looks a lot better then than it actually does in television. Bound for Glory actually looked very good last year over there, but I watched it on TV the other day and was like, ugh. So I hope you enjoyed the first edition of the WrestleMatt Presents review. Hope you have a good one.